Thanks for joining us here on News 3 Live at 6. I'm Marie Mortera. Safety in school crosswalks, that is what so many Clark County school district parents tell us they want to see for their students across the valley. This, as new data from the district show, kids keep getting hit. We're learning tonight the number of reported crashes has gone up. Last month, CCSD was reporting 108 incidents involving children. Tonight, the latest numbers show it's now at 161. There were 120 total incidents for the entire school year before. We're now joined by Will Silverstein, who has been covering this growing crisis of kids getting involved in crashes on e-bikes and e-scooters, as well as these crosswalk incidents. Will, you spoke with representatives at Sunrise Trauma Center who say they're seeing this increase of kids getting hit. Why are they speaking out now?
Well, Marie, they are speaking out now because, quite simply, these accidents have not stopped since the start of the school year. They've been tracking the data since earlier this year. It just keeps on coming and coming. And CCSD parents have not seen improvements to their school's crosswalks since fatal accidents have been taking place, and not much, they say, has changed.
A lot of this is auto and pedestrian, auto and e-bike.
Vice President of Sunrise Trauma Center, John Pope, says the amount of kids involved in collisions and coming to his trauma center is on the rise, and the injuries his doctors are seeing are severe.
And a head injury, that can affect life and disability. Other injuries, we say, of course, broken legs and arms. You got internal injuries, and that's why you end up at a trauma center.
That's the problem. There's not a constant enforcement, and there's not even any consequences.
Matthew Viamontes' daughter attends Lead Academy off of Tropical Parkway. If the school's name sounds familiar, Lead Academy was where Haylee Ryan went, a 12-year-old student and biker who was killed after a collision with a bus near a school crosswalk. Viamontes says little, if anything, has changed since her death.
Because everybody's trying to drop their kid off and get to work, and they don't give a darn about anybody else's kid. They really don't care. And when Haylee got killed, I mean, look at it. Look how fast everybody just goes about it again.
Viamontes says Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department officers were stationed near the school, but their stay at Lead Academy's cross streets was short-lived.
They come for like a day or two to try to show, and everybody behaves themselves, and then poof, gone, and everybody's right back to it.
In all your time taking your daughter to school, have you ever seen anybody issued a citation?
No, not a single one.
Back to Sunrise, one of the most common modes of transportation involved for children's injuries that head to the trauma center involve e-bikes and e-scooters. The number since the start of the year is jarring.
If you take from January to around October, we've already hit somewhere over between 150 and 170 e-bike, e-scooter accidents that have made it into our ER.
Pope says more than 30% of e-bike and e-scooter patients at Sunrise Trauma Center treats are children under 18. So how can kids who are walking in crosswalks or pedaling on roadways do so safely? Pope says knowledge of the traffic laws makes a world of difference.
Make sure your kids are aware of traffic laws. Do your homework. It's your children.
Viamontes agrees.
Parents need to stop passing the buck. It's us.
And so Viamontes has questions when it comes to enforcement and how would you be able to solve that. He says if you put some police officers that are off duty in their time off to then patrol the streets as those crossing guards, as those crosswalk attendants, that would maybe give the presence of that there is something else being done and perhaps limit some of these collisions that we're seeing in these crosswalks.
Well, last time you were at Lead Academy, it seemed parents did not give much room to cyclists to ride on the side of the road. How did it look today?
The improvement that we saw was that across the street from the Lead Academy on Tropical, there were a lot of parents that were parked there last time, and that was even after Haylee Ryan's passing, where they had cars that were parked into the bike lane that's there. Now, if you go further down the street, what we were able to see today is that even where she was hit, there was still the ability for cars to be parked in that intermediary between the bike lane and between the regular lane. And it just sets up the possibility of, once again, what's stopping that next collision where someone is sandwiched, a kid or just anybody is sandwiched in between that bus and that car. Parents still looking for those improvements as their kids hope to get to school.
And continuing to share their concerns as well. All right, Will, thank you for that. CCSD also revealing more information regarding crashes this year. According to the district, about 40% of the 161 reported crashes involve e-bikes and e-scooters. Parents are strongly urged to talk to their children children about being safe on these modes of transportation. CCSD says countywide there is a large increase in the number of students distracted at the time of crashes. About half of the investigations indicate the collision was caused by pedestrian error. News 3 also spoke with UMC about the increase in e-scooter and e-bike riders they treat at their trauma center. Taking a look at the data they provided us, and it shows for the beginning of the school year, UMC treated 9 fatal e-bike and e-scooter incidents compared to just 4 at the same time this school year before. The hospital says overall incidents involving these e-vehicles have doubled as well. As we continue to look at these figures and the impact, we want to hear from you. Send us your tips on issues affecting our schools. Whether you're a student, parent, employee, or concerned community member, email us at schooltips@news3lv.com or call 702-805-0489. You can also scan that code on your screen.